Welcome back. We're bitching again today. This time I'm bitching. On behalf of myself and all reactive pet parents out there, I would just like to lodge a formal complaint against all people who don't move away when I ask you to. Scotty, I remember. It's about the guy, the misogynistic prick. Okay. That's a heavy word, but I really do think that, like, if I had asked this guy to move away from my pack and I was a man, he would have been like, oh, no problem, bro. But because I'm a woman, I was like, I had an attitude problem. Okay. Cut to me having a segment about bitching about people. Maybe I do have an attitude problem. Maybe it is me. I want to talk about, like, just like a general PSA. Especially if you feel that you're a dog person, if somebody is asking you to step away from their dog or not pet their dog or tells you that their dog doesn't want to say hi or that their dog isn't very friendly, stop pushing the issue. Just take it and go. Say, no problem. Absolutely. Let me get the blap out of your way. Don't sit there and argue with that person. You might have a dog that doesn't struggle with reactivity and doesn't struggle with emotional regulation. That doesn't mean that you have a right to look down upon or treat somebody who does have a dog that's struggling with any sort of animosity or ego. Your dog is not better than their dog. You didn't do a better job at training your dog than they did. That might be true. But you don't know what's on the other side of that conversation, and you can't ask that person what they've been struggling with and what they've gone through, and you don't know what success looks like for that dog. Like, that dog may have barked and lunged at you, but that dog may be rehabilitating from having bitten people and dogs. So you don't know. Like, you don't know where this is coming from. Like, you don't know what their story is. So if somebody says to you, hey, can you give us some space? Or, hey, please don't say hi, or please ignore my dog, or I can't talk to you today. Your neighbor's not being rude. Like, they're not snubbing you. They literally are advocating for their animal, much in the same way that, like, a person might advocate for their child who has a food allergy or might be on the spectrum or might have a learning disability. Like, you would respect that. Like, if someone was like, please don't feed my child peanuts, they're going to have an anaphylactic reaction and die, you'd be like, no problem. Let me put my Reese's Pieces away. But for some reason, when someone says, oh, my dog's not friendly, or hey, can you give us some space? That is so triggering for other people that they feel like they have to, like, be like, whoa. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's literally not about you. It's about that person and their relationship with their dog. And I cannot tell you how many times I've been on a trail or on a hike, or those are the same thing, or on a walk or at a regular park. This just happened to Juniper and I in Canada. We went to Vancouver and we were at this little park with my friend and her dog who we were visiting. And the girls were running around. They were having a great time. You could see it in my reels. And this guy walks in and Juniper has stranger danger issues. She runs up barking, and he immediately gets down and sticks his hand in her face. Please stop fucking sticking your hand in dogs' faces. You are setting yourself up for a bite. They don't need your hand in their face to smell you. They smelled you a block away. Their nose is 300,000 times stronger than yours. Stop doing this to dogs. Stop backhanding dogs. It's weird. Don't. So he does it, and I say, oh, no, thank you. She actually doesn't like people. And the dude literally looks at me and goes, oh, it's okay. I'm really great with dogs. Like, I can read dogs. And I'm like, says the person to the behavior consultant. And I don't know why it's not okay for people to say, No, thank you. My dog's not interested. Nobody is entitled to my dog. You are not entitled to say hi to my dog. You're not entitled to touch my dog. You're not entitled to interact with my dog. I know she's cute as shit. Look at her underbite. I get it. You're not entitled to her. Period. The end. Stop. So, for some of our pet parents out there who are really struggling with these reactive dogs, I'm in the middle of my reactive rover workshop right now. We've got 11 pet parents in there, and I have a waiting list of more pet parents who wanted to join who didn't sign up in time. It's a struggle to manage their dog, and they're doing everything that they can, and they're using tools, and they're learning, and their dog is learning. And one of the tools that they're going to use is telling you that their dog is not interested. Just respect that. The end. That's my PSA. Just be kind. Listen to people. They're advocating for their animal. It's not your animal. They're not asking you for advice. They don't need you to explain anything to them. They don't need training advice. They don't need to know from you who's been, had dogs for 10 years. They don't care how your relationship with your dog is working and what's working for you and your dog. They're on their own journey. Let that be. And they may actually be having a really good day with their dog and you're ruining it. So just allow people and their dogs to have a personal space bubble and be respectful of that. Thank you. I appreciate it. My dogs appreciate it. My clients and their dogs appreciate it. That's all. Follow, subscribe. Let me know if you have questions about things or topics that you want my opinion on. Love sharing my opinion, clearly. I'll see you next week.